I like to say there's a big distinction between something that I love and called mathematics and something called math, which is what we teach in schools, and that's not a mathematics curriculum, it's a math curriculum.
Can you describe that distinction a little bit more about what you see as the difference between school math and your concept of mathematics?
Well, mathematics is an active intellectual activity, and it means working at things where you're using the mathematical ideas that you're struggling with for a larger purpose. And the idea that the larger purpose could be discovering something that a teacher has decided you've got to discover is not a larger purpose. That's just play acting, and the kids are quite sensitive, quite aware of that. I think that at that age, kids could be doing quite complex projects using computer technology, or we're doing a lot of stuff with non-computer technology, using mechanical things with Lego, for example, and building devices with gearing and involving trying to maximize the force or how steep a slope a vehicle can climb up, and there's room in that for a lot of mathematical thinking, which typically what you learn in middle school it's not really what you need, and even if it does teach you, nominally the kind of mathematical idea you could use, you don't learn how to use it. Take multiplication, for example. Kids think of multiplication as something you do to two numbers. And you're supposed to learn these multiplication tables, and you do some rituals called multi-digit multiplication. But for me as a mathematician, you're not dealing with multiplication at all. You're only manipulating the formalism. And understanding multiplication is like understanding what is the kind of relationship between, say, time and distance and velocity. Why is that a multiplicative rather than an additive relationship? And there's nothing in the way that we talk about multiplication in elementary school, or for that matter in the kind of work that pre-service teachers get, that prepares them to even see that as a meaningful question. It's multiplication because that's the formula, but that's not an answer. Multiplication has to do with a particular kind of relationship where there's a certain kind of linearity and a certain kind of particular relationship of proportionality. And so I think they just don't deal with the ideas. I think school generally is a little bit idea averse. In mathematics, it's almost entirely idea averse. You learn skills, you learn how to do things. Even when you learn how to solve certain puzzle-like problems, you're never dealing with the ideas.